If you are going to PvP, you need to get the best equipment you can find. In this video, I'm going to show you all the new locations where you can farm overpowered loot on Astraeos. Hello Dodo crew and welcome back for another video on Ark Survival Ascended. Grab a bottle of water and let's get straight into it. With the new island, not only has the entire loot table on Astraeos been changed, but there is also a few new ways to collect a lot of loot on this map. With the Scorpion King and Queen, their Astral variants have also been added, which not only drop nameless poison, but also a lot of really awesome loot. The problem is that both are extremely strong and have a bleed effect, so it's quite difficult to get this loot. The chance of an Astral variant spawning in a location where Scorpion King or Queen spawns is 5% each time. This means that it will not be easy to find them, but if you can, it is worth it. The easiest way to kill an Astral Scorpion King is to fight it with a Giga, while slowly running backwards. With the Giga, you deal so much damage that you destroy the creature with just a few bites. And by running backwards, it cannot hit you, and you do not take bleed damage on your Giga. On a side note, as of I'm editing this, I'm at about 9k subs. If you could sub to help me reaching my goal of 20k subs by the end of the year, I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to find the best loot on the new island, your best bet is to look for the desert beacons in the desert. I found 4 so far, and they always spawn with a horde of skeleton warriors who defend the drops. These aren't usually that difficult to kill. Without creatures around, it's much easier to kill the warriors. The warriors themselves are simply reskins of thralls on Lost Colony, which means they take less damage from creatures. Here's a quick overview of all the locations I found so far. They are super easy to find as they are surrounded by destroyed buildings you can see from a far distance. The Minotaur Miniboss isn't exactly easy, but since you have to defeat it anyway to get the artifact of the strong, you might as well grab some loot while you're at it. The maze isn't difficult, but the fight itself is relatively hard. The easiest option is to jump onto one of the safe spots with a Pyromane, Cosmo or Procoptodon, and then defeat the Minotaur from there with a shotgun, as this will almost certainly be patched quite soon. You can also take 1 or better 2 Deinonychus, give them good saddles, and then simply destroy the Minotaur with bleed damage. The loot is pretty awesome, and you can farm the Minotaur quite easily, spawning it again and again very quickly if you have the tribute. Not only is the Minotaur the only creature that gives you the artifact of the strong, but it's also one of the best sources for loot ever. It drops everything from armor, saddles to weapons and the corresponding blueprints. And even better, you get 30 elements for this mini-boss on top, before you have even done any of the other bosses for engrams. In addition to the artifact caves, where you can easily farm beacons, there is another cave at 95.2 and 81.7 that we simply call the Loot Cave. In this cave, you can find 3 different drops. These are either yellow or red and can contain large quantities of weapons, saddles or armor and the corresponding blueprints. The cave has 1 entrance and 1 exit, making it rather difficult to build in, which you shouldn't do anyway, as otherwise no more beacons will spawn in there. To get the loot, simply walk into the cave until you come to a large fork. There, simply turn left. On a small hill, you will find the first beacon, located at 94 and 81.5. It is usually yellow, which means you have a better chance of finding armor such as flak. Then continue along the passage on the left until it goes down a bit. Walk along this spot until you see a small hole in the wall above you. Grapple your way in and you should be right at the second drop. This is at 93.6 and 80.7 and is usually a red drop with stuff more like riot gear or weapons. Then turn around and run back to where you came from, to the spot where it went down. Now go back through the corridor where you ran in after the yellow drop until we are back at the first fork, where we now simply run to the right. Immediately after this fork, there is another fork where you turn right. Just behind it, there should be a small room where the next yellow beacon is located. This is at 93.7 and 81.9 and should be super easy to find. Honestly, the advantage of these loot caves is that you can easily farm all the beacons every 30 to 45 minutes And if no one has been in the cave for more than an hour, you even get double spawns, which means that when you run out, you can go right back and get the drops again. I hope you liked this video and I'm thrilled to read if this video has helped you. Hit the like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm and consider subbing to the channel. Alright, Frodo!